we are able to deliver 250 times acceleration, and that is the number that has been claimed by our customer CESE attained in the computation of their maximum compensation risk using LeanXcale. LeanXcale is a database that combines the ease of use of SQL with the high ingestion capability of NoSQL. And all this at LeanXcale, scaling out linearly. And this we have found that is optimal for the data pipelines of banking and insurance sectors. So insurance and banking companies, they are trying to activate every single piece of information to become data-driven organizations. In order to achieve this, they need to create data pipelines coming from the operational databases to do some processing over this data and then produce the results. But they found two main obstacles. One is the complexity of the architecture they have to create for achieving this, and the other is the lack of agility, because they don't manage to do this in real time or in short times that they need. And LeanXcale helps them to overcome these two obstacles. So a data pipeline must be able to capture all available information as in the short period of time, and transform this information into a useful form. And this has to be done for very large volumes. So LeanXcale thinks that is 2 orders of magnitude faster in ingesting data than SQL technology, but it still provides a SQL language, and like an SQL solution helps to solve this problem. On the other hand, it avoids having to rely on complex architecture, combining SQL and NoSQL in some way to overcome this problem. And in this way, we highly reduce the cost of development and maintenance. Some of our customers, such as CESE, I mentioned before, that is the 4th biggest world company in short insurance, have reduced some critical processes by more than 250 times. They were using the market leader database, and it was taking more than 2 months to process the data without actually finishing. With LeanXcale, we were able to reduce this time to 5.5 hours with the same hardware. So in fact, now they are very excited because now they can actually multiply by 4 times the number of years of data. Instead of 3 years, they can do 12 years. So they can study the full economic cycle from crisis to crisis. And this today is very valuable. Why? Because when there is a crisis is when people start not to pay. And then having data from the previous crisis provides a lot of business value to them. Additionally, because we scale out linearly, they can actually accelerate this process to happen as fast as they want, because with on-demand cloud instances, it will cost the same to have 1 instance for 10 hours that 10 instances for 1 hour. And because we scale out linearly, basically we cost the same independently of the speed. So you can have as fast as you want the results. Basically, our customers now, they don't have any limitations stemming from data size or data processing speed. What is more, they can reduce the total cost of ownership because they require significantly less hardware. And what is more, in the cloud, they can provision this hardware on demand due to our fast ingestion capability. So they can basically provision on demand to ingest the data, obtain the results to compute the risk, and then they don't need to be running this instance anymore. With this, their teams are becoming much more productive because before they had to learn very long times, they have very long cycles to be able to debug any new functionality they had to introduce. And now, instead of having to wait for days or months for the data, now they have to wait just for tens of minutes. And what is best is that we have enabled their digital transformation to become data-driven companies and make them able to process information faster and more frequently, and therefore becoming more profitable companies. Basically, we want to become the first database versions for insurance and banking data pipelines. That is the use case I mentioned before, and become a global company. So we want to demonstrate that in EU we can innovate better than anywhere. So we, in the past, database companies, they only happen in the US, and we want to demonstrate that this can happen in the EU today.